Welcome back. You're watching NewsX and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Now, according to the India Meteorological Department, Delhi recorded its warmest night in May in nearly 14 years as the minimum temperature reached 31.9 degrees Celsius on Thursday. As per reports, the temperature was 5 degrees above normal and marked the season's first warm night, forcing the India Meteorological Department to extend its orange weather alert through May 27. The previous warmest May night, viewers, was recorded on May 27, 2012, when the minimum temperature stood at 34.2 degrees Celsius. The minimum temperature recorded at Safdarjung, Delhi's primary weather station, settled at a stifling 5 degrees above the seasonal average at the Safdarjung base station. The maximum temperature reached 43.6 degrees Celsius, a steep 3.4 degrees Celsius above the seasonal average. Other regional monitoring stations logged even more intense extremes, with the Rid station peaking at a blistering 45.3 degrees Celsius. We will shortly have my colleague joining me with more details. But of course, viewers, all of us living in Delhi NCR are bearing the brunt, and especially on the commute to work or if we have to go somewhere. But as I was saying earlier, that people actually suffering are those construction workers, are those delivery agents from various platforms that deliver your food hot and fresh for you, your groceries that come to you within 10-12 minutes. Imagine the plight of these people, viewers, who are on their electric scooters and have no respite from the heat, work for 8 to 12 hours and are not paid enough. So the least that I was suggesting is that all of us can do is offer them a cold glass of water when they come to deliver our groceries or food. That's the least we can do, viewers, for each other. Shivani Singh is joining me with details. What can you tell us, Shivani?
So, Vaishali, we are talking about how a severe heat wave has engulfed large parts of India, including the national capital, Delhi. Now, according to the India Meteorological Department, the night temperature on Thursday, which is settled yesterday, it settled at around 31.9 degrees Celsius. And remember that this is marking the warmest May night in 14 years. This temperature was 5 degrees above normal for the month of May. And as per reports and statistics, the last time that Delhi witnessed such high night temperatures during this month was on May 26, 2012. That's when the minimum temperature recorded by IMD was around 32.5 degrees Celsius. So this is what we are looking at. Delhi has already recorded the warmest night almost in a decade, and the maximum temperature during the day hovers around 43 to 44 degrees Celsius, which is above 3.4 degrees above the normal temperature. And we are also looking at some places in New Delhi, actually the temperature soaring to 45 degrees Celsius. So heat wave conditions continue in the national capital region for the fourth day, consecutive day now. And as per IMD, these conditions are going to stay till May 27th. And for this, an orange alert has also been issued by the Met Department. Now, like you were mentioning, Vaishali, dry north-westerly winds and the absence of western disturbances across northwest India has caused the temperatures to rise. Back to you.
Thanks for those details. And of course, Brian Thomas is now joining me. Brian, Delhi is now recording warmest nights, and you know, I was reading somewhere, and I also want to tell our viewers that it doesn't get better at night. It gets worse because your body is already warmed up throughout the day, and in the night, because it's so hot, your body can perhaps not get respite from the heat even then, and that's the reason it's not well rested. But Brian, what is the latest you can tell us on this?
Vaishali, clearly, I mean, we were just discussing a while back in the previous bulletin about the fact that how problematic it is. I mean, clearly, especially at this point of time, in the month of May, this month itself, Delhi recorded the warmest night in 14 years. Can you imagine? And this is the situation here. For the next 6 days, there is going to be extreme heat wave prevailing in the national capital, and that is going to be extremely intense here. The nights are going to be warmer. The water coming down from the pipeline, from the above tankers also going to be extremely warm. And also many such advisories have also been issued for people, for pets, to keep water for, for the birds, for the pets, so that they can also hydrate themselves, because not just humans, the animals, the pets, the dogs, the stray dogs, the birds are also will be facing major wrath of this heat wave. And as a result of that, many such advisories have been issued that one should be keeping themselves hydrated. Avoid going in the afternoons. I'll tell us it is very necessary to avoid heat strokes. So clearly the situation is going to be, and even an orange alert has also been issued in the national capital, not just the national capital, the Delhi NCR. You talk about Gurugram, Faridabad, Ghaziabad, all these places, they have been witnessing heavy warm conditions, and even Noida per se. So clearly this is going to be some 6 days to 5 days going to be difficult. It's going to be some difficult summers here. The scorching heat would be extremely intense from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. That is that peak time where the heat is going to be at its ultimatum, and even the sun is going to be above your head. So that is going to be more reasons why one should be worrying about. But yes, clearly there have been many such summer action plan that have been discussed also by the Delhi government. Minister of Ayush are also giving advisories, are also issuing cooling tanks, cooling zones are also being created to ensure that people can cool themselves here. So there are many such precautions have been taken. But yes, again, this is going to be some difficult days. For the next couple of days, it's going to be difficult for the Delhiites. Yes.
Absolutely, Brian. We'll now have to work our schedules perhaps around the heat and around this 4 p.m. window to stay safe from the blistering heat, viewers, and that is advisable. Now, faced with escalating temperatures, Delhi hospitals and local authorities have mobilized crisis management plans following the admission of the season's first critical heat stroke patient. In response to the broader public risk, Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta confirmed that the state machinery is operating at an accelerated pace. She shared via social media posts that 13 mobile heat relief units are continuously reaching crowded areas to provide cold and clean drinking water, ORS packets, first aid, cotton gamchas and caps. According to the IMD, weather conditions remain dry across both meteorological subdivisions of Uttar Pradesh during the last 24 hours. The state also witnessed widespread heat wave conditions, including loo and severe loo conditions in several districts. Uttar Pradesh's Banda emerged as the hottest location in the country after recording a maximum temperature of 48 degrees Celsius. Brian Thomas is joining me. Brian, this is almost touching 50. This is just 2 degrees short of that. What more can you tell us?
Well, yes, again, Delhi is pretty much, intensifying, rather battling with intense heat wave crisis. The temperatures are soaring to 45, 46. It's going to be worse as what IMD has been stating. Advisory, the Delhi government are also identifying these cooling zones to ensure that people get themselves hydrated with, a proper amount of ORS, electrol, water, proper sanitization that should be done, especially for the people, for the stray dogs, for the pets, even for birds itself. So clearly, at this point of time, when an orange alert has been issued, people will be facing problems, and 6 days, the next 6 days is going to be extremely critical, because the next 6 days the temperature is going to be soaring up high. The loo is there, people are waiting for monsoon conditions. There is also a condition that there can be rainfall in the next 24 to 48 hours, but still at this point of time, when the heat wave is intensifying, people are actually hoping for a miracle to happen, for some monsoon, for some rainfall to happen, so that it eases off that heat that comes from the ground, and that somehow eases the tension that is also being prevalent in the national capital. Yes.
All right, Brian, stay on with me now. Ahead of his visit to